Hey, we talk a lot about movies on this channel, but sometimes the ones we talk about aren't the most accessible. That's where the Marshall Lyon County Library comes in handy. They have a great collection of physical media, as well as a couple of online services with many options for movies, TV shows, and documentaries. It's easy. Just get your own library card at the Marshall Lyon County Library and gain access to their large variety of movies, TV shows, and of course, books. Also, be sure to check back every month as we here at Popcorn Bucket List make specific movie recommendations based on a monthly theme. This month, we take a look back at some of the best movies of 2022. So head on over to the Marshall Lyon County Library for some of our favorites and check out the channel to get even more movie recommendations. And now, on with the show! Welcome to another edition of Popcorn Bucket List, the show that tells you that it is okay to give up on your New Year's resolutions, this early into the year even. You just have to donate money to the Nikki D Foundational Charity, and then all resolutions will be forgiven.
I like that.
Contact me for details on that.
PayPal? Cash App?
No, it's super off the books.
Oh, okay, all right.
First episode of 2023, so we thought we would do what most people do when we get ready for a new year, is look back on the old one, because we didn't suffer enough through 2022 as it was, but we're going to talk about something happy. We're going to talk about some of the best movies of 2022, kind of review what was good, what was bad, some interesting things I noticed and whatnot. We're just going to kind of look back and review what happened in this last year. So let's just kind of kick things off. I'm going to start off kind of with some of my least favorites. I'm going to be honest. Overall, that's not a film. That was a show.
That's all right. All right.
Know what show you're on here, bro. Come on. Get in your lane. But yeah, I thought overall, when I did my ranking, my final ranking of all the year, there was a majority of the movies I liked. Like, were either just right at that threshold and above. There are others that I could talk about. However, there's really only two that I want to focus on.
Okay.
Morbius. This is
Morbid time.
It's Morbid time. Oddly enough, though, not my least favorite movie of the year.
No.
Jurassic World Dominion. This movie sucks.
You know, I still haven't seen it.
You don't have to.
But I kind of want to.
Don't.
Because it's so bad.
It's not, but that's the thing. It's not even fun bad. Morbius at least is kind of fun bad.
Yeah.
At least the second half of it.
Yeah.
Jurassic World just made me angry. Like, none of it made sense.
Yep.
They tried way too hard to create this scenario so we can get the new cast with the old cast, because that was the whole marketing around the movie, was like, watch the old generation, meet the new and work together and beat the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They don't meet each other till like 45 minutes left in the movie. And for the record, it's like a 2.5 hour movie, by the way.
Yeah.
So
is Jeff Goldblum in this?
He's in it, yeah. Goldblum's in it.
Interesting.
And he's going full Goldblum.
All right.
He's been going full Goldblum since 1994, and he ain't stopping. But Morbius, whenever I think of Morbius, I do remember they released that movie twice in theaters, man.
Yeah.
They did that twice.
Do you think they really did that just maybe to try and make a little bit more money?
No, that's exactly what they thought they were going to do, but it didn't.
No.
They thought
it was more meme-worthy.
Everyone, they literally were saying, like, oh, because of the interest with all of you guys making jokes on the internet, we're going to re-release it. And then nobody showed up again.
Went. Yeah. And that's a Marvel movie.
Yeah, is.
Is that Phase 4 still?
No, that's Sony Marvel, which
Sony, okay.
It's kind of like, okay, so you know how there's like Pepsi products?
Yep.
And then you look down the aisle and there's off-brand Pepsi products? Like there's Mountain Dew, and then there's Mountain Lightning.
Yep.
Morbius is the Mountain Lightning of Marvel, basically. And same with Venom. Like, they're in the Marvel universe, but they're Sony's Marvel universe.
And there's a very select, very small group of people that prefer Mountain Lightning over Mountain Dew.
And they are welcome to.
And that's their thing over there.
That is fine with me. The more they buy of that, the less chance they're going to buy my Mountain Dew. Yeah. And then that's not going to go out of stock. And so I'm all good with that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, as far as looking back on this year, as far as missed opportunities, failures, whatnot, this was not the best year in animation.
No, not at all.
It was really a weak year. This is one of Pixar's weakest years, I would say.
Yeah.
I liked Turning Red. I barely liked Lightyear, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But, man, this was... First of all, there's, like, few options.
Yep.
So, like, Turning Red and Lightyear are going to get nominated for Best Animated Feature because they're one of only, like, 5 that was made this year.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
It's all going to go to Pinocchio.
The Guillermo del Toro one, hopefully. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so the Tom Hanks one, yeah, that's live action, so we don't have to worry about that. We won't have to talk about that. Pinocchio just sucks. I don't really know what else. The Tom Hanks one.
The Tom Hanks
Not
one.
the Guillermo del Toro Netflix one. I highly recommend that one. And probably going to win Best Picture on that one.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I think. Only 2 animated movies made it into my top 20, and none of them were Pixar. That's unprecedented for someone like me. Number 1, like we've been talking about, Pinocchio.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Number 2 was the Bob's Burgers movie.
Bobby B's, man.
This
film.
beat all of Disney's stuff, all of Pixar's stuff. Everyone else's stuff was just those 2. That's how weak of a year it was for animation for me.
You can't beat them. You can't beat Bob.
Then how come they're always in debt?
Beat Bob. Well, it's because his burger joint's not the best.
Well, so you can beat Bob. Just build a better burger joint.
That's what
build
Jimmy
a better
Pesto
burger joint.
Try to
say that 5 times fast. Build a better burger joint. Build a better burger joint. Build a better burger joint.
That's tough.
Okay. Yeah. No, I couldn't make it 3. Other thing I noticed this year, every so often I like to give an award, my own personal award of an actor who's gone above and beyond. A couple summers ago, it was the summer of Brolin, Josh Brolin. Yep. He was in quite a few things. This year, I'm giving my above and beyond to Ethan Hawke. He was in, like, this didn't occur to me till late in the year. He was in so much this year.
Yeah.
Let's run it down. The Northman.
Awesome.
Moon Knight. Raymond and Ray. Glass Onion. And he voiced Bruce Wayne Batman in the animated show Batwheels, which I'm sure we've all seen. But... it still counts. I'm still putting that in the running. He was in a lot this year.
He was. Northman topped the list, in my opinion.
Well, I listed these based on their release dates mainly, but yeah, you can put that at the top of your list.
I haven't seen Glass Onion yet, but that's on the list for either tonight or tomorrow night, depending on the weather. Because I don't know if you noticed, you could look outside, you might see some snow.
Well, this will come out Thursday.
There's still going to be snow.
There's still be. Here's the thing about snow. Snow is like a annoying relative. It shows up really quickly and unexpected and sticks around way too long.
Yep.
That's a Nick fact for you right there. Nick fun fact.
Nick's
We'll workshop
facts.
that later.
Yeah.
So do you want me to go over mine first and then just kind of build off that one?
Nope.
Or?
I'm going to go first.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about The Northman. The Northman was my favorite film of the year. I absolutely loved it. The cinematography was beautiful. Some of the longer takes were beautiful. I've always been a fan of Norse mythology. That was a tongue twister. And I just thought they played this off so beautifully, so brutal. And the ending was great. Everything about this film was awesome. I'm really disappointed that more people didn't give it a chance in the theaters because I really wished it would have made more money just to prove. But I think everybody that did see it loved it. And I think it'll be interesting as the years go on to see how people remember this movie. But, yeah, that was my top movie of the year. I loved it.
Yeah, I could... So if you want to check out my full rankings that I did, I kind of did something special for it. I'll leave a link of that in the description below and here on screen as well, so you can see my full top 5 and everything. But yeah, I'll talk about my number 1 of this year. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I think I mentioned this when I recommended it months ago after I saw it, but it's basically if you took the martial arts, Jackie Chan-ness of martial arts movies that he did, and combined it with the multiversal elements of Doctor Strange 2, made them both just a little bit better, and you've got this movie. It's got some crazy, crazy ideas. Like, I can't even go into some of the stuff that goes into this, some of the ideas here, that I would, if I just said those, might be a little bit of a turnoff, but it's also got a lot of heart. But it's got some really great fight sequences. It has some really interesting concepts as far as multiverse. some really fun concepts as far as multiverse. Some that I wish we had in real life today, because I'd like to view what other versions of Nick are doing in other universes and everything.
Cool.
What's one of my running gags? I'll say, like, in an alternate universe, the Nick of me became a lawyer and he's rich, and I am jealous of that Nick right now. So that's always fascinated me. And it's out on DVD, so go check that out. Not on any streaming service yet, which I find kind of surprising.
They want to make their money. People forget you get money off DVDs.
Yeah, I guess.
Not nearly as much as you used to be able to, but now you do.
That's also true.
Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Let's take a quick moment here and talk about the Marshall 6 Theater here in Marshall, Minnesota. January is known for two things: cold temperatures and some not-so-great movies. But that doesn't mean you can't check out the Marshall 6 Theater, where they have some older 2022 movies that you can maybe check out again or watch for the first time if you missed them. And all their theaters are kept warm and toasty, so be sure to stop by and warm up, catch a flick, and get some great concessions over at the Marshall 6 Movie Theater.
Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
But let's move into the weekly preview. Not a lot to talk about here. That's going to be the theme of January, as it is every January. So let's just kick things off with Friday, January 6th, M3GAN. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that stands for Megan. This one's coming straight to theaters from producer James Wan, known for many horror franchises, also directed Aquaman as well. But this horror thriller movie is featuring a sweet-looking artificial intelligence doll. Classic robot artificial intelligence movie. It starts going rogue. It starts killing people. And, but this time doing TikTok dance, little TikTok dances.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming they're TikTok dances. I actually don't know.
I don't know.
I don't follow TikTok at all. But you can follow the Omni TikTok link in the
Hey, let's
there.
go.
Shameless plug right there. There we go.
Is that TikTok dance?
I don't know. I'll take your word for it. I'll just assume it is.
Yeah, perfect.
All right,
Perfect.
Cool. When I see movies like this, it scares me when I read in the news that they're coming up with any sort of artificial intelligence for any company thing. I'm like, this is how many warnings?
This is how it starts.
Every time I see that, I'm like, have you not seen Terminator? Have you not seen this movie? Even the innocent little babysitter doll is gonna kill everyone.
Yep.
She steals a car.
I think it looked. I saw a behind the scenes sneak peek, and they showed the actress that plays the doll, and how she would have to get in makeup to put the mask on, and how she's so robotic.
Yeah.
It looks so authentic, but also creepy because it's not a CGI robot. It's a girl with a mask on her face. It's not CGI. So I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I was even wondering, did they actually build a robot and they're remote controlling it? I'm like, it didn't look like CGI, but it did look really good. Also coming out that same weekend to Netflix, The Pale Blue Eye. This is the second movie in recent memory that involves or set around Edgar Allan Poe during his time at West Point. He's mainly known as being the dark Gothic poet and author. People don't know he did spend a little bit of time in the military. Now, this is what I kind of find annoying about this. He spent a very brief time in the military, almost to the point where it really didn't matter as far as his life goes. So why are we making movies about this?
But see, he's not the main character. He is a side
character.
He isn't. But I do agree they are. I mean, obviously, you see Christian Bale with him. I can't remember the actor's name who's playing him. But he's going to be in there quite a bit. And I think this is just kind of trying to give into more of his, this is why he's so Gothic horror-y.
I guess. I'm just saying, if we're gonna talk about Edgar Allan Poe and his life, I don't know everything about his life. I've read a little bit on him, but out of all the points of his life, this is his most normal.
Yeah.
I don't get how we get two movies about this, but none other really his other points in time or whatever. But yeah, like you said, it's Christian Bale. He's the main character. He's like a detective in this.
Yeah.
Murders are happening at this school and everything, and he has to solve it. And also Edgar Allan Poe is around.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say he's around because he goes, hey, Poe, I need your help solving a crime. What kind of accent does he have in this movie? Christian Bale.
I know he's Welsh.
Yeah,
it might be a Welsh
is
thing. This might be one of the few movies where he actually gets to talk normally.
Talks normally?
Yeah.
Yeah, funny.
Possibly. But yeah, that's everything that's coming out this weekend. Like I said, short weekend, which is why January for me is a great month to still catch up on other 2022 movies that I unfortunately didn't get a chance to watch. So keep an eye on that 2022 best of list of mine. It might be changing, shifting around. I can't say the Northman's going to go much higher. If anything, it might go lower if I find some. That's right. I'm bringing pain to him.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Hurts.
I'm just saying it to annoy him today because he annoys me enough. I got to get him back a little bit every once in a while. Oh,
what are you talking about?
What are you doing?
I'm the guy from Reading Rainbow from Star Trek.
Oh, wait, that's what
You got it, yep.
There we go. Yeah, you finally muted him. I had 3 options. One of them was my own, and I still couldn't figure out his. Oh man, I'm not good at this. But let's move into. I unmuted you.
Oh, thank you.
Let's move into some number 1 recommends. I'm going to start things off here this time because, like I said before, I was catching up on a lot of 2022 movies this past week, so I've seen a lot recently. But there was only one I feel like I could recommend. The Banshees of, and I'm going to hopefully say this right, The Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm hoping I said that right. So this is a Colin Farrell movie. Look, is this the funniest movie as ha-ha side-splitting laugh? No. Is this one of the funniest movies of the year for me as far as just kind of being witty funny and just kind of being like not a little bit of dark humor, especially some moments and everything? Yes. I think this is one of the funniest movies of the year. But again, with huge caveat with that is it's a witty humor. It's a kind of dark humor kind of thing. But I think these two knock it out of the park. The landscape looks really nice. I love looking at this world. I love kind of seeing this environment and whatnot. And yeah, you've got the guy who plays the Penguin in the Batman, and you had the guy who plays the Joker, but not technically the Joker, but the Joker, both in this movie as well. So a little bit of a Dark Knight reunion there. Yeah, I think this one is going to be in some Oscar talks. So I made sure I checked this one out, and I think you should check it out as well. But Ryan, let us know, what do you got to recommend this week?
All right, this week for my recommendation, I'm actually passing along a recommendation I received. One of my friends recommended me the Netflix show Alice in Borderlands, and he described it as like it's made in Japan, and it is a almost like Squid Games mixed, but like I would say more darker, more grittier, and also a little more brutal. So I'm about halfway through the first season, and I'm actually really enjoying it. It's a group of people. They are playing a game, and they have cards, and they can't leave the area. You have to collect these cards to make it on. There is a season 2, and I believe they just announced a 3rd season. But obviously, I'm not that far in. But it was kind of, if you really liked Squid Games and are definitely looking for something similar, this is a show you should definitely check out.
Well, that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Popcorn Bucket List, the first episode of 2023. We're getting closer and closer to our 1-year mark of when we started doing this weekly.
Yeah.
Feels like we've been doing that for forever, but we haven't even been doing it for a year yet.
It feels like we've been doing it forever.
Everything I do with you feels like it's going on for forever, buddy.
You know how many jumping jacks I've done since we've started doing this weekly?
That's only a reference if you've seen the blooper reel. So to those of you who have not, sorry for the confusion. Check it out. But if you have any of your own movie recommendations, as usual, be sure to let us know in the comments down below of the YouTube video. For myself and Ryan Marburg, we'd like to thank you so much for watching, and we will see you at the movies.